All right. So when we started business development, we said the course was essentially for business developers, entrepreneurs, business owners, business executives, and all of that. And we've said a whole lot on business development, especially foundationally. Among the things we said covers the saying that business developers should have entrepreneurial mindset. Okay, so let's find out what this whole entrepreneurship is and see how we can bring that to bear in business development itself. Okay, I'm trying to get the link so that's okay. All right, so I just shared the link in the chat room. So in case anyone want to view the class on YouTube, you're welcome. In case anyone is having challenge joining us on Zoom, then you may want to use the YouTube link. Okay. Okay. So let's see what we have here. I would like to take for each of the sections, I would like to take 30 minutes or less because having gone through the basic course, what we basically have to do is just fixing the things that need to be fixed in just to enhance our learning and to help us be more practical in what we're doing and to help us get better with what we're doing. Now, for the sake of information, please, I would like to apologize. There will be a spillover of this course till next week, so we may have to conclude this program by next week. That's in case you're not going for the Mini Mba. So the advanced level will stop by next week, Saturday, and then we'll have a 2 weeks break, and then those going for the Mini Mba will be called to return to proceed with the program. Now, there is no exam in this for this particular batch. However, we still have our assignment to deal with. So we are going to have different presentations or different assignments to deal with. So we have numbers from 1 to 11 that will be allowing every one of us to choose. And please note, our attendance in this course starts from today. There will be no attendance in the morning section. We'll have attendance in the afternoon session. So our attendance will start today. So let's know exactly those who are for the certification so that we know how to give them assignment. Assignment is not for everyone. So we have numbers from 1 to 10. So what you will do is that when filling your attendance, you will select a number, a random number from 1 to 10. And then we will tell you what that particular number you choose is. So the assignment will cover from business development plan, developing a business plan, to designing marketing and sales plan, to designing product development plan, product development and branding plan, to product redesigning, to business redesigning, to workplace redesigning. So when you're filling your attendance, you will just choose between 1 to 10, and then we'll tell you what that particular assignment is. Now, you're going to prepare that in a slide, in a PowerPoint slide, and next week we'll be taking all of those assignments one after the other. So you'll get to have at least 5 minutes to present, and let's also assess to the degree of what you've learned. Now, on Saturday, next week Saturday, please note, it's not an exam, it's called assessment. So there will be an assessment of all we've learned from level 1 to level 3. Sorry, from level 1 to level 2 rather. So there will be an assessment, and the assessment will be an objective-based question, about 100 questions objective, from associate to lead, please note, is not an exam, it's an assessment. All right, it's not an exam, it's an assessment. And the assignment is required for everyone. This is individual assignment. We want to know the degree to which you've understood all you've been taught. All right, the degree to which you've understood all you've been taught. Do I have any question? And like I said, assignment and assessment is strictly for those who are going for certifications, right? So if you're not going for certification, you don't need to bother yourself. And from next week, Thursday, the class will strictly be for those who have made their payment for assessing the class. And then if you make payment for materials, you will also get your study materials sent to you in case you may wish to read and prepare for the assessment, or you need the materials to prepare your assignment. All right. Okay, do I have any question or anything that you're not clear of? Maybe I will answer you. Please, for those that are going for the Mini MBA, I'll repeat again, our class stops next week. The certification program stops next week, Saturday. And then for those going for the Mini MBA, you will have to take an extra 3 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks, that's 2 days in a week for 4 weeks. And then you get to prepare your project and then prepare your exam. You're not paying any extra cost for the MBA. So we are giving you the MBA for free, but you have to do the little assignment of preparing for your exam and then preparing your project work for us to be sure that you want the MBA, right? Okay, is there any question, any issue of concern before I proceed with my class? I would like to take 30 minutes or less on this first session before I move to the next session. Any question? Okay, so if there are no questions and you are hearing me very well, then I think we can go ahead and then proceed. All right. Okay, so basic entrepreneurship concept. Basic entrepreneurship concept. For the sake of those who will be joining us later on, I will have to repeat this announcement again so that we'll all be on the same page. And please, in level 2, it's more of interactions and discussions, it's more of reviews. So we don't really have much story to talk about in level 2. So course objectives, by the end of this course, participants will be able to learn the right mindset for business, get to understand the real meaning of entrepreneurship, and then the requirements to start a new business. However, our main focus is on getting the right mindset for business, because now they are going to be developing business. You need to have the right mindset for business development, and then also understanding holistically what entrepreneurship is all about. Okay, so those are the 2 major angles we will be focusing on. Now, setting the scene, we have to understand that entrepreneurship is basically a thing of the mind. Okay, entrepreneurship is basically a thing of the mind. And business completely is a thing of the mind. So your mindset, in order to be in any profession, you need a set of skills and techniques. That is, to be an engineer, you need the knowledge and skills to be an engineer. Before you can create a new business, you have to identify a need. And we've spoken so much about need identification, opportunity identification, opportunity assessment, opportunity development. We've spoken so much about needs. So when we talk about needs now, we believe you can easily identify a need. Now, unsatisfied needs are opportunities for the entrepreneur. In this case, when you see entrepreneur, we are simply referring to a business developer. Okay, so unsatisfied needs are opportunities for the entrepreneur or the business developer. But you will need something different, and that is a new idea. So how do you get a new idea? A new idea comes through having the right mindset towards creativity and innovation. In order to generate new ideas, you need the skills and knowledge, also critically the ability for flexible thinking. All of the things we've talked about in level 1 demands high level of flexible thinking, high level of creative thinking, high level of innovative thinking for us to translate those things to tangible things that can produce results. Now, tools don't give you the creative ideas, they only switch on the behaviors that do. So irrespective of the tools you want to deal with, whether you want to do with business automation by email marketing or chatbots or live chats or online, whatever you want to do, the tools does not really give us ideas. Okay, they only turn on the behaviors that help us generate the right ideas. So investing in tools is good, investing in techniques are good, but much more important, you need to invest in your mind to be able to generate the right ideas, generate the right thinking, the right thoughts, to be able to have a good result. Now, entrepreneurship or being entrepreneurial, what is it all about? According to Harvard, entrepreneurship is pursuing an opportunity regardless of the resources currently available. That's according to Harvard, pursuing an opportunity regardless of the resources currently available. And before we start pursuing an opportunity, that means that opportunity must be a need that customers are looking out for the solutions. Okay. Now, according to Babson, it is a way of thinking and acting that is opportunity obsessed, holistic in approach, and leadership balance for the purpose of value creation and value capturing. So, in entrepreneurship, number 1 is the holistic thinking. There is opportunity based, and it must be leadership balanced for the purpose of creating value. So by creating value, you're creating value for the client, you're creating value for the customers, and therefore capturing value, that's for having a return on investment on whatever investment you've made during the value creation process. So entrepreneurship is in very many ways a two-way thing. Investment and return on investment, a thought pattern and the impact of the thought pattern, you and the customers, you and the community, you and government. So it's basically a two-way thought pattern, all right? What does this mean to you? It is a relentless pursuit of an opportunity. Entrepreneurship is a relentless pursuit of an opportunity, always looking for a chance to add value, always looking for a chance to add value, especially very high levels of disruption, as this provides opportunity for the fleet of foot. So if there is, or if there are massive disruptions in the marketplace, it provides opportunity for us as business developers to see what new we can bring in. Always look for new ways to do things. Even better if you can come up with a new business model. So as a business developer, you can reinvent an existing business and come up with a new business model. As a business developer, you can reinvent an existing product and come up with a new product. As a business developer, you can reinvent a business environment and come up with better environment that will create more value for all the stakeholders involved. As a business developer, you can reinvent a service and get it to be of better service. All right. So what should you be doing? Keep your eyes open. As a business developer, always keep your eyes open. And when we say keep your eyes open, we don't mean the physical eyes, the eyes of your mind must be kept open. Keep a log of your ideas, all of them. So if you're a business developer, you'll find that you have streams of ideas coming to you at all times. So you want to have a log of them so that you know, although you're not taking them all at once, but by having a log of them, it will help you know which one to focus on per time. And it also helps you in screening to know which one will have the most positive impact at the moment so that you can pick it and start off with it. When the time is right, get them out and review. Remember, opportunities the right way. Choose only the best ideas to develop. Don't waste time on second best ideas. Be disciplined and see things through a conclusion. Don't leave a trail of half-finished ideas. When you're sure of the best idea on the table, please make sure you work it to the end. Now, entrepreneurship, business development, they are principally about creativity and innovation. So what is creativity? Creativity is simply the art of making something new. So creativity is coming up with something new. Although there could be no single definition of creativity, but creativity is attributed to serendipity. Serendipity, that's having quiet moments to think and come up with something new. It refers also to cognitive process, still on thinking, making use of the knowledge available to you, the data available to you to think out results, think out solutions. Okay, then it's also a function of the social environment, finding out the problems that exist in your environment and coming up with solutions to solve them. Okay, it also could be attributable to personal traits. There are people that no matter how you try to put them, they will tell you, I don't think I will be a business developer. I don't think I will be an entrepreneur. No, it's not my thing. Okay, so they believe getting a job is better for them. They believe being managed is better for them, and they believe they are not meant to manage others, and they are not meant to be alone, all right, or to stand alone, all right. And then it also attributable to chance. So disruptions, market disruptions, economic disruptions could bring about creativity, all right. So these are some of the things that could bring about creativity. Then on the other side, we have innovation. Innovation is just a simple process of making improvements by adding something new to an existing product or service. All right. So in creativity, you're coming up with something new completely. In innovation, you are improving on what is already existing and then adding something new to it. All right. Now, innovation has to do with a new idea. It could be a new idea, a method, or a device. Okay, so in this course, we are not talking about invention, so we'll focus more on creativity and innovation. Now, the question is, for you to be a business developer, for you to be an entrepreneur, whether it is intrapreneurship or intrapreneurship, whether it is within an organization or outside of organization, do you need to be creative? Do you need to be innovative? The answer always, every now and then, is yes, we need creativity, at least rethink our products, rethink our services, rethink our business models, rethink our value chain. It is good we constantly rethink all of them. So creativity has to lead to innovation, all right? Creativity in most cases leads to innovation. Coming up with something new could be independent, and at the same time, it could be, okay, so we want to come up with something new about this product, improving it. It could be on the business, redesigning the business model. It could be on a service, reinventing the service, and all of that. Your role is to convert this to value that people will buy. So whatsoever you consider as a new idea, whatsoever thing you consider as something creative you're doing, something innovative you're doing, your role as a business developer is to convert this to a value that people can buy, people can benefit from, right? So creativity that doesn't generate income, that is greater than your expenditure, is just your hobby. A creativity that doesn't generate income, that is more than your expenditure, is just your hobby. So what are we trying to say? Whatever creativity you're bringing in, it has to lead to upward growth, vertical growth. So growth in sales, growth in profitability, growth in productivity, growth in performance, growth, vertical growth, positive growth, right? So your creativity, your innovation should bring about growth, positive, upward growth. Why do you have to be creative? If you always do what you've always done, you will always get what you've always got. So we've said several things about the market. Customers need fresh products. Customers are hungry for something new. Customers want to test something different. Because of this, in fact, just because of consumer behavior alone, you need to be creative. That's one. Because of the dynamism in the business ecosystem, we keep talking about business volatility, we talk about business uncertainty, we talk about business complexity, and business ambiguity. All of this requires us to be agile in our thought pattern, to be agile in our delivery process, agile in our value creation process. So we need agility, right? We need agility. We need agility. Okay. So we must not always think the same way we think and always expect something different. It doesn't really work that way. So you have a creative and innovative idea. What then should you do? How do you know if it is just an idea or is an opportunity? Now, this is something we've dealt with in feasibility study in the associate level. So if you're just joining us, please make sure you go through the YouTube channel and review the classes that have been done before. Now you have a business idea or you have a creative idea, you have an innovative idea, does not necessarily translate to become an opportunity. So you have to conduct a feasibility study to know whether that idea is just an idea or is an opportunity. If it's an opportunity, then there will be a hungry market for it. You have possibility of accessing the market or market entry quickly. Okay, the competition will, even if it is a stiff-necked industry competition, the competition for that particular opportunity will not be that terrible that you won't be able to penetrate. So we have to find out if the ideas we're having are just ideas or the opportunities. Opportunities are driven by customer need. In level 1, we dealt with needs assessment. So you may have to review your needs assessment and problem solving class to be sure that idea is an opportunity or not. We've also spoken so much about market analysis. Okay, yesterday we still spoke about market analysis, where we have term sum and sum. That's from the serviceable obtainable market to the serviceable and attainable market or achievable market. Then you have the potential addressable market, total addressable market, and then all of that. So you have to go and review your marketing and market analysis to be sure that that opportunity is not just an idea, but actually an opportunity. Now, one of the models that we use in business development is called the MAIR approach. Now, this is one of the simplest ways to find out if what you have is an idea or is just an opportunity for you. So the MAIR model is very simple. It's just basic. So it doesn't really require you doing a whole lot of critical thinking and the like, but it just does a basic assessment of your idea and your capacity to be able to handle that idea or to be able to turn that idea to an opportunity. So when an idea comes, the first thing we have there is your motivation. The M stands for motivation. So motivation and determination. The question is, why do you want to go into this, developing this idea? Why do you want to go into developing the opportunity? So what's the vision and what's the mission statement? That's what the M stands for, the motivation. So what's the mission and what's the vision statement? What are the goals and objectives that you want to achieve by starting up that or by developing that idea into a business or into a product? So you have to be sure of that. Now, the next one is your abilities, your A. So your abilities, your skills, your competencies, your knowledge. If there are licenses required, do you have all of that? If it's a product that requires licenses or a business that requires licenses, registration, do you have all of that? So check out your abilities, your skills, your competencies, your registrations, your compliance. Check everything that needs to be checked and find out if you have all of those things. Okay, check out if you have all of those things. Now, the next one is your I, which is the idea itself. The idea with the market. So what is it that you're bringing into the market? What is unique about that idea? What solution is it bringing? Compare it with what is existing already. Is there something different? Is there something unique? That uniqueness or difference, is this something that customers would really want to buy? Is it something that customers will want to look at? Is it something that will bring market disruption? So these are some of the things you check in your idea. All right, then you'll have your R, which is your resources. Okay, so your resources here will cover your human resources and your non-human resources. Your resources, non-human resources will cover your machines, your equipment, your premises, the finances you need, all of every other thing that you need to kickstart that business. Okay, then your human resources will now have to do with the talents, the competencies and skills of each of the talents to be able to meet up with your business need. All right, to be able to meet up with your business need. Okay. So someone is asking if he can have the YouTube link. So Mr. Ndifo, I'm dropping the links there so you can join via YouTube if that's what you wish. So the MAIR approach is a very simple way to just quickly assess your business, assess your idea, if it is just an idea or there's actually an opportunity with it. All right. Okay. So if there's a question for me, please feel free to stop me at any point and then ask me the question. Okay. So this is one of the basic business development model you can use. Basic business development model you can use. We will also look at some other model another model that is a little advanced, but this one is basic. You have the MAIR, your motivation and determination, abilities that will cover your abilities, skills, competencies, knowledge. In most cases, you may go as far as checking for the network of people you have, all the abilities, all the strengths you have to do that business will cover it. Then your idea with the market, as you are, what's the idea about the market? What's unique about the product? The new product you're bringing in, the new concept you're bringing in, and all of that. You have to check out all of that. Then you have your resources. Your resources will have to cover human and non-human resources. Please, if you have a question, feel free to raise your hand and then I will take your question. How will you help or how will you develop your business model or develop your business? So we will quickly look at a business model and then or components of a business, and then afterwards we look at the business model, how we can develop our businesses using the business model. So like I said, more of what we're doing in level 2 is just plug and play, right? All of the things we've been doing, just plug and play. So we're providing templates that you use to work out things. Osterwalder and Pygmy 2010 suggests that there are 9 building blocks to a business model. These blocks show the logic of our business intends to make money. These 9 building blocks map onto the 4 main aspects of a business. So a business has 9 building blocks and 4 main aspects. Now the 4 main aspects covers the customers, the offer, the product or the service, the infrastructure, and the financial viability. This is according to Gibb and Scott 1985. So this is what Gibb and Scott could come up with. Now, according to Osterwalder and Pygmy, they say we have 9 building blocks. Okay, so we'll look at the business model with the 9 building blocks and then see how it delivers. Now, a business model, whether you want to use the MAIR business model, you want to use the business model canvas, you want to use the 4 aspects as by Gibson, whichever one you use, the essence of a business model is to provide clarity on your business, the idea, provide the rationale on how your business will create value, deliver value, capture value. So those are the 3 things your business model wants to show you. How do you create value? How do you capture value? Or perhaps how do you create value? How do you deliver the value you've created? And then how do you get your return on investment or return for generating the value? All right. So value is for you to define. It can be economic, social, or other forms. it is for you to decide what value you want to go into. Okay. Remember, we said when you do your market assessment or market feasibility study, the customers will give you insight on what they consider value. So by the time you get all those information, the decision on which of the values you want to focus on is left for you. Customers will not tell you you must produce this for us because we want it. No, but it's left for you based on the assessment of your capacity. Okay, you ask, okay, at this point, I think the value we will start with first in producing or in servicing will be value A. Subsequently, we'll go into value B and C, as the case may be. All right, so let's look at the 9 building blocks in a business. The first one will have the key partners. Second one will have the key activities. The third one will have the key resources. We have the fourth one, value proposition. The fifth one will have a customer relationship. The sixth one will have channels, that's marketing channels. The seventh one will have the customer segments. The eighth one will have the cost structure. And the ninth one will have the revenue streams. So your key partners has to do with who and who are involved in the business. Okay, who and who are going to be involved in the business to help it thrive. So apart from your, or will I say, basically to identify your key partners, you have to look at both the internal dimension and the external dimension, the internal business environment and the external business environment. So within the business environment, the internal business perspective, you may have to look at yourself, your directors, your board of directors, look at your workers, your employees, okay? Those could be your internal key stakeholders or internal key partners. Then when you look at externally, you have the government regulatory bodies, you have the shareholders, investment partners, okay, and all of them. So you may also now consider people like your suppliers, the vendors, the contractors, and others that may be within your business. So what you want to do with key partners is that you have a record of them. Just a moment. So you want to have a record of who they are. So your key partners, who they are, that will cover their roles, responsibilities, and then you have the impacts they are bringing in. Okay, so these are basically the things you want to cover in the key partner. So a key partner, what will be the role of the key partner? So for instance, if you say role is director, what will be the roles, the responsibilities of the director, and what will be the impact of doing that, performing those responsibilities to the business? You say a contractor as a role, what will be the responsibilities, and then what will be the impact of his contract, and then a vendor, a staff, and others. So this is basically what you want to assess in your key partners. And then you have the other one of so on your key activities basically covers your operations. So in this course, we will deal with operations separately. So your key activities, what are the key operations that you do that brings the result within your organization? And then you have your key resources, you have your value propositions. We've spoken about all of this in a moment in the previous class. But in this class, we'll look at them one after the other. Okay, we'll look at them one after the other. Now, the 9 building blocks, we have the value proposition. This is so much more than what you offer. So the value proposition is just a complete composition of all the values and benefits people will get from buying your product. Remember when I was talking about product development yesterday, I said our product should give us more than just an immediate satisfaction. All right, it should also give us some of future satisfaction. So it is more than your value proposition is more than what your just more than what your product offers at the moment. Then you have your customers and segments. Who are they? Where are they? What is their unsatisfied need? When do they need it and how often? These are the questions you get to answer on the customer segments. Then you have your channels. How will you get your value proposition to your customers? That's basically dealing with your marketing plan, your marketing chain, all right? Then your customer relations. What relationship will you have with your customers in order to engage them and retain them and turn them to loyal customers and get them to keep buying from you? And then you have how will you generate income? That will be your revenue streams. Please, it's important that when starting a business or when developing a product, you list categorically how you're going to be generating revenue. Is it through sales? Is it through sponsorship? Is it through referrals? Is it through commissions? You need to be very, very explicit on what the revenue stream looks like. Then your key resources will have to cover the key resources and assets that you need to deliver the value proposition that you have developed. Then your next thing is to make your business, or perhaps to list the key activities that you need to make your business work, right? So I said that is called operations. So you need operations to create the value proposition, all right, in the product, right? So you also have your key partners. Like I said, it could be your suppliers. And I said, basically check internally and externally. The internal ones will have to cover you, your board of directors, your staff, okay? Then externally, you have government regulators, industry standard operators, vendors, suppliers, contractors, and other people, your customers, okay? Then the final one is your cost structure. What costs do you incur to deliver the value proposition? What costs? Okay, so you have to now look at your financials. What comes in and what goes out. So your balance sheet, or your cash flow rather, your cash flow should be able to explain how money comes in and how money goes out. All right. You have to be prepared to test and adjust every element of your business model until you have something that can scale and it is sustainable. So no matter what you're doing with your business models, you must keep testing, keep reworking your business model till it gives you something that is scalable and something that is sustainable. So what is your business model? If you're into service delivery, you have to create a business model for your service delivery. If you're into technology, you have to create a business model for your technology platforms. If you're into research and development and sales of technologies, you also need to create a business model for such. If you're into licensing, whatsoever thing you need, whatsoever thing you're into, you have to create a business model to suit that particular aspect. Now, driving your expectation to reality. This is where we need to adjust our mindset, not just a bit, but adjust it completely so that we can actually drive to expectation. You see where you have your plan. Anyone that is coming into business development or entrepreneurship, business, owning a business or owning a product, this is what it looks like. This is what they make us believe that it's like. It's just like a smooth journey from when you conceived it to when you get to your goal. So it's like a smooth journey. And this is a very big misconception. It's unfortunate that in school till date, we are still teaching this. Okay, we are still teaching people that entrepreneurship allows you to have more time to yourself. Entrepreneurship tells you you can sleep anytime, you decide when to go to work and when not to go to work. And when others are going to work, you can decide to stay at home. All of those things are found here. Okay, they are found in this expectation, and they tell you that as an entrepreneur, you will never lack money. I don't know where they got all those thoughts from. Okay, I don't know if there is an entrepreneur in the house that your journey is just as smooth as this. There was no hurdles. Okay, the reality of the journey is what we have here. You have your idea and you have several obstacles, valleys, even you have to pass through rain, fire, different kind of obstacles before you get to the ultimate goal. And then you have to also realize that you set goals, okay? You set goals. So for each goal you achieve, it's no longer a motivation, right? So the next goal becomes your motivation. The next goal becomes your motivation. And that's what entrepreneurship is all about. You grow as an entrepreneur. You grow as an entrepreneur. It's not a drive. You just drive and get to where you're going now. Okay. So Mr. Sunday said you don't sleep at all as an entrepreneur. Okay, you keep moving. The truth is, it's easier to be an employee than to be an entrepreneur. If you think I'm joking, go and ask your boss. Okay, it's easier to be an employee. If you don't want anything disturbing you, just go and be an employee. Okay, no matter how long it takes you to be an employee, it's just easier, 100%. In fact, 1,000,000 times easier to be an employee than to be an entrepreneur. And I think that's one of the challenges that people have. They just want an easy life. People natively don't want responsibility, right? So an entrepreneur is completely a responsible person. Anyone that wants to become a business developer, an entrepreneur, is telling you, I want to be responsible for my actions. Okay, but see, an employee, no, he's not ready for all of that too. He wants somebody to be responsible even for his own action. Okay, he wants someone to be responsible even for his own action. So we have to face this paradigm shift. As business developers, we need to know that it's not business as usual. Okay, when others are sleeping, we'll be awake. Others will come to work by 8, some will come by 9, you'll come to work by 6 a.m. in the morning, or 7 a.m. in the morning. Others will leave by 4. You will still be in the office till 11, 12. Some of us end up sleeping over in the office because we are looking for a solution. We are not just, we are not staying in the office because we want to. We are just looking for solutions, right? We are looking for solutions. So we need to get this understanding. And one of the things that this mindset will help you do is that it helps you get resilient. It helps you become resilient. It helps you become it helps you pay attention to continuity. Okay, it helps you become consistent in the things you're doing. It helps you become dedicated. And whether you like it or not, it helps you become a hard worker. You know? One thing I've got to realize about entrepreneurship is that with the right goals, you don't need any encouragement to do the right things. With the right goals, with the right mindset, you don't need any encouragement from anybody to do the right things. Okay? With the right goals, with the right mind, you don't need food to become a hardworking person. I'm telling you the honest fact. Okay? So these are some of the mindsets that we need to buy into and start conditioning our mind. Okay, not if I try and it did not work, I will find another thing. No, if you try and it did not work, you try again till you find a solution. So this is part of the entrepreneurial abilities of business developers, and every business developer must learn to be an entrepreneur in the mind. Every business developer must learn to be an entrepreneur in the mind. Every business developer must learn to be an entrepreneur in the mind. Okay, because that's where everything starts and finishes. Now, as we round up, what are the entrepreneurial skills that we need? He said, look, being an entrepreneur does not really make you your own boss. That's one thing we also need to understand. It does not give you as much time as you expect, like people will say. If you just become an entrepreneur now, when others are rushing to work in the morning, you wait till the traffic has gone down, then you go to work. That one is a civil service mentality. It's not for you. If you're an entrepreneur and you live in a place that there is traffic, there is one of our staff that live in a little far from the office, and then the traffic in that area is terrible. He gets to work before every other person. Okay. He gets to work before every other person. He is not the manager, he is not the CEO, but this person has an entrepreneurial mindset. He's not saying, okay, oh, I need to wait. Of course, they know that where I'm coming from, there is a terrible traffic. So let me wait. Let everybody go, and then I will go. No. He gets to, sometimes I used to wonder whether he sleeps in the night. And another wonderful thing about this particular staff is that he stays in the office beyond every other person. So ordinarily, he could have said, okay, since I came to work before every other person, by 2 o'clock, I should be running home because there is traffic. By 3, 4, there will be. Sometimes, even when I stay in the office till 8, 9, he will still be around. Okay, so we need to understand that entrepreneurship is not as what we think it is. It gives you time to do whatever thing you want. There are several of us now that people have started querying us. You don't answer our call. When we invite you for party, you don't come. When we do this, you don't come. They come to your house, they will not see you. Or you come to our house now, you will not come. These are some of the threats that is common to an entrepreneur. Okay. After a while, I just told people, I say, you have to learn not to be angry with me. You just have to learn not to be angry with me. Because as an entrepreneur, your primary focus is, what is the solution? Have you found the solution? And there's something about entrepreneurs. When we find the solution now, we'll look out for another problem and create a, in fact, we look for problems. When we can't find problem, we create problem and then look for the solution. That's one thing about entrepreneurs. Now, when you hear things like disruption is all about people creating problem and then looking for the solution to solve the problem. That is disruption. Since we can't find any problem, we create a problem from the existing solution and then find solution inside the problem that we've created. Do you get what I just said now? Do you get what I said now? So if as a business developer, you can't find a problem to solve, then create a problem in the existing product or in the existing company and then find the solution to it. That will bring about what we call disruption. For instance, automation today was never a problem, but it has been made to become a problem now. Okay, so now everybody's looking for solutions, automation solution, but it's not necessarily a problem. It wasn't a problem before. Okay, the internet at some point wasn't a problem, but we created the internet. Internet now became a problem. So if you don't know how to use the internet now and you're a business person, you already have a problem to face. It's so funny that before now, nobody, when you're creating your financials, do your statement of account, nobody ever bothered about data before. But now people have created data, and data have become both a solution and a problem. If you don't have it, it's a problem. If you have it, it's a solution. Okay, there was a time airtime wasn't part of communication cost, but now it was created. We created the problem and then found the solution to it. And the solution, if you don't have the solution, you have a problem. So until you get the solution, so the whole bulk of the whole thing is, if you can't find a new problem, then find a problem in the existing solution. Did you get what I just said now? If you can't find a new problem that others have not found, then find a problem in the existing solution. You can find a problem in the existing solution, and then create your own extra solution that will now bring about disruption. Entrepreneurship takes more from your mental acumen than what a first-class person will ever think of. Okay? Real entrepreneurship, real business development takes more from your brain compared to what a first-class person will put in the name of studying. All right? And that's why entrepreneurs, business developers, they remain one of the most renowned people when it comes to job creation, when it comes to opportunity creation and all of that. Someone could have a first class but never know how to translate the knowledge to result. But an entrepreneur doesn't, a real entrepreneur may or may not have a degree. An entrepreneur may or may, he doesn't need a degree, but he needs information that can help him think. So it takes more. Well, I don't know how you do your own thinking, but sometimes we think from work, we sleep, and in the dream we are still thinking. We wake up still thinking until we find the solution. Okay, we don't rest over, and they will find the solution. When someone now called you and say he needs a solution as a business developer, you come and review his, analyze his business, and then you now tell him that there is nothing you can do. That's a problem. You're not a business developer. That kind of engagement will lead you thinking from where you are to you sleep thinking in your dream, you wake up thinking. It will lead you to attending, to reading books, requesting for advice from other experts. Where need be, you attend workshops to know if you can find a solution. You watch different recorded videos and all of that. What are you doing? You're looking for solution. So it takes entrepreneurship and business development takes more from your mind. It demands a whole lot of mental work. And this is one of the reasons sometimes they will tell you that entrepreneurs, business developers, we are cholerics in nature. It's not as though we are all cholerics. It's just that a business developer, an entrepreneur, is always thinking, is always finding a solution. And then when you're not thinking alongside with him, he will leave you alone and continue. So it will not seem as though it's a one-man sport business or it's a one-man sport. It's not like that. Every business needs people that think like entrepreneurs for that business to survive. Okay? In the same environment where I have some people who, before you even mention an idea, they will tell you possible solutions. I still have people that when they come to work, before the time of work is closing, they already, their movement tells you that it's time to go. Okay, those people, they don't last. Okay, they don't last anywhere. Okay, so we need to be rest assured that as an entrepreneur, as a business developer, you find yourself going for more trainings every now and then. You read more books, you network more often, and all of that. Okay, is being ready to serve as a business developer or business development professional. Is being ready to serve at all times. Whenever you're called, you're ready to serve. So it demands business development, entrepreneurship demands high-level commitment, high-level focus, passion, drive, energy, and thinking. Stop thinking of being self-employed. This is now for some of us that are always thinking, me, myself, and I. Stop thinking of being self-employed. Start thinking as a business person you are. Your thinking pattern or the thinking pattern of a self-employed person is different from the thinking pattern of someone who is dreaming towards big business. Okay. So if you want to get it on the bigger side of life, then you have to think big. Have global vision. Start from somewhere. You have 4 categories of entrepreneurial traits. You have the personal characteristics, interpersonal skills, critical and creative thinking skills, and then the practical skills. So quickly, for personal characteristics, we have being optimistic, visionary, initiative, desire for control, All right, welcome back. Sorry, I told you that there was a time that data was not a problem, but now data is a problem. So data actually came to be a problem, but we've overcome. Okay, so I'm rounding up. The necessary knowledge that we all need as entrepreneurs and as business developers. You need business knowledge on sales, marketing, finance, customer relations, and operations. And in this course, we'll cover all of this. You also need entrepreneurial knowledge on how to raise capital, and also understand the sheer amount of experiment and hard work that you need to find a business model that works for you. Then you also need knowledge on identifying opportunity-specific knowledge or building on opportunity-specific knowledge. Okay, venture-specific knowledge also. I want to make a recommendation. Although I make these recommendations often, but I want to add to this recommendation. If you are not, if you're not fully inclined to IT tools, IT, information technology tools, within your organization, please, my recommendation is try learning about them. As simple as Zoom is, it will shock you that there are several people that doesn't know about how to use Zoom. Okay? There are several people that don't know how to use Excel. There are several people that don't know how to use PowerPoint. Find out those basic things within organizations that they need, and then start working on them. Okay, at the end of the day, that might be the opportunity that you have created. And when the need comes, you become the solution. So try as much as you can to work. Mr. Keller, you say you can't imagine that. Better start imagining it too. It's better, it's good you start imagining it. Well, maybe when you come to the office, I will tell you some. Let me not say it here. Okay. When you come to the office, I will tell you some. There are several people. In fact, there was an international organization. We did a training for them some time ago. And then afterwards, we started inviting them to our online training. The country manager of that particular country manager, or not secretary. Country manager, the man told me that he doesn't understand all these things we are doing in the name of online learning. That he can't understand. To unmute, he doesn't know. To log in, he doesn't know. Okay, and that we try to help the man to encourage him. Say no, he's not interested. If it is not physical, he's not coming. Okay, and then another day I sent him a document, and then we needed to review the document. He was not with him. I said, okay, so let's do a Zoom call. He said, but I know that his secretary now doesn't know how to do all those things. So how will he do the Zoom? I'm talking of country manager. So when I say things, I'm telling you the honest part. Okay, so if you find yourself, you don't really need to find yourself in those kind of organizations, but you can build such opportunities and then look out for such organizations and provide value to them. Okay, and provide value to them. Is running a business for you? When you get this material, you find out keynotes. Why there is no one right set of characteristics for being a successful entrepreneur. Certain general traits and practical skills will help you succeed. By examining your own personal strengths and weaknesses and comparing these with those of the typical entrepreneur or business developer, you can get a sense of how well this career will fit your personality. Remember, becoming an entrepreneur or a business developer is a career decision like any other. Do your homework, look at your needs and desires, and then decide whether this path is for you. Now, let me say again, business development is different from business management or administration. Business development is different from business management and administration. Just like entrepreneurship development is different from business administration. They are two different things. Now, one of the reasons why we are taking the Mini MBA section very serious is because in the expanded curriculum of the Mini MBA, that's where we'll now teach you about business management or business administration. And it's after that you are qualified to get the Mini Masters of Business Administration in Business Development and Management. So in your certification, you only have Business Development Professional, but in the Mini MBA, it covers both the development and the management. So you are a two-fold person in your Mini MBA. That means you could, if you want to be into career, you could be recruited as a business developer. At the same time, you could be recruited as a business manager. So it's left for you to choose which one you want to go for part-time. All right. So my advice once again is let's all take up that advantage and be part of that section on business management. What are your entrepreneurial traits? What are your strengths? And what are your weaknesses? Can we discuss this in 5-10 minutes? And then we'll go to the next course. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll go to the next course. So we said someone is asking, how is a Mini MBA different from an MBA? Sorry, we attended to that question yesterday. However, we'll be having a session by 2 p.m. today on or to answer all the questions around MBA and all of that. So you may wish to join us in that section by 2 p.m. So you'll get to understand all the difference between MBA, Mini MBA, and all of that. Okay, thank you so much. So what's your entrepreneurial traits? What are the things you looked within yourself that made you feel like I can be a business developer? So what are those things? We'll take 1, 2, and then we'll go to the next program. What are those things about you that makes you feel you will be good in business development? What are those things? Hope you're hearing me. Please kindly confirm that you can hear me. If you can hear me loud and clear, please kindly type 11 in the chat room. If you can hear me loud and clear, please kindly type 11 in the chat room. If you can hear me loud and clear, please kindly type 11 in the chat room. Okay, so since you can hear me loud and clear, what are those traits that you think you have that makes you good as a business developer? What are those personal traits? What are those personal skills? You can unmute and let's hear from you. Anyone that feels to give us a voice, you can unmute and listen. Okay, so if no one is giving us a voice at the moment, so we'll go on a 2 minutes break. And when we return, we'll take on the next course. We just go on 2 minutes break. We'll go on 2 minutes break. The time allowed for engagement is over, so we'll go on 2 minutes break. When we return, we'll go on the next course. While we're on break, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. In case you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but rather it provides you with everything you need to learn. So join us on YouTube. Just hit the subscribe button there. And then feel free also to follow us on Facebook, like our page on Facebook. Like our page on Facebook. Like our page on Facebook. Whichever one that is for you, please feel free to do so. Now, if you've never given us a review on Google, please give us a 5-star rating. Yes, you were raising your hand, but I'm done with the section on question and answer. So I will take your question when we come back. Please, if you've not given us a review before, please do so on Google. Okay, so in the next 5 minutes, we will be back. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Please take time to stretch yourself, and then when we'll be back, we'll be looking at another section. Thank you.